this Tisha could have not cheated storyline, it's lame. It's lame. We know this lady has not cheated. There's literally no reason for majority of the episode to be focused on that. Nell, you're wrong for inviting Kiki. Martell, you're wrong for inviting whoever that was to stay at the house. I mean, that's the episode in a nutshell, but let's break it down a little further. What's good, y'all? I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 2725. Feeling protected and using protection. If you are brand new to the channel, I break down TV shows one recap at a time, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, whether you are a new viewer or a returning viewer, go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me. I am now less than 100 subscribers away from reaching 20,000. So, if you've been watching and all that type of stuff, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. Leave some comments down below, as you guys always do, about this episode. Anybody that thinks that the Scotts can have an episode all to themselves and it'll be entertaining is crazy. It's crazy. We literally watched Marceau and Tisha have the same conversation at least 3 times. At least 3 times. But here we are. So everybody is sitting down to dinner. So Stormy and Courtney show up with the baby. I don't think I knew their baby's name was Chess. Like the game. I thought they were calling their little boy something else. Nonetheless, they show up with the baby. They missed their flight. Apparently, their babysitter missed their connecting flight. They said they will not be staying at the house. I don't even know why they came, to be real. Like, I feel like if I know why y'all are there because the contract said to be there. But it's getting kind of old with Stormy and Courtney showing up to every single event, whether it's out of the city or not, and they have an attitude. Like, leave the show if it's that bad. Stormy, you don't have any friends on the show anyways. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, it's not enjoyable TV to watch when every single time y'all are on the scene, y'all are coming in with negative energy. Y'all give bad energy. Not you, Courtney. It's you, Stormy. So Maurice mentions that his interview with Carlos and what he said about Kimmy. Remember, he very crassly said that it was admirable of Kimmy to just roll over and suffer through sex with him because he needs sex as much as Carlos needs mess. Carlos needs to pay attention to his own shows. But, I mean, OWN ain't got nothing else going on, so they renewed him. So, whatever. So, Kimmy said that what Maurice said just came out wrong. No, it didn't. Maurice said exactly what he meant and what he felt. Melody clocked it and said, well, if that's what's in his heart, it doesn't matter how it came out. Kimmy looked kind of taken aback by it because you know that what she's saying is true. Right? That's literally how Maurice feels about you. You know how we know that? Because this entire season and summer last, all he has talked about is sex. Wanting more sex, wanting more sex, wanting more sex. Even though you just got over cancer, right? A very, like, I mean, our cancer is trash, right? But wasn't hers, what did she have, like double negative? That's a very, like, get up in that ass type of cancer. But hey, stand by your man, I guess, Kimmy. So Martell is sitting like this. And it's like, Martell, why are you posing? Oh, shit, because Martell wants to show y'all the ring, right? So somebody is like, what is that your wedding band? So now the question becomes, oh my God, is that your wedding ring? Why are you wearing that wedding ring? So then he's trying to act like, oh, nothing's happened. He doesn't know why he has it on. It's not a big deal, guys. Then put your little ashy hand down. You know why you was sitting there posing. Who just sits like this at a dinner table? Come on. Come on. So Kimmy asked Melody if that is Martell's wedding ring. And she was like, I don't know. I didn't look at it. So Martell said it's just wishful thinking. So then it comes back and forth. Wishful thinking with Mel. And so Marceau, shockingly, was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not turning this into a Melody and Martell situation. Melody thanks him for that, and then Stormy and Courtney get up to leave to go to the airport. The way I forgot they were there because they hadn't said anything. So they're going to the airport to pick up their babysitter. And I'm going to call cap on this. Because if y'all knew that she was going to be just there 20-25 minutes after y'all, why didn't y'all just stay? I guess y'all could have stayed, got everything situated, stayed where you were going to stay, and then came to the house the next day. Maybe they had to be on the call sheet. I don't know. So Marcel was like, you want me to watch the baby, while y'all go. And Courtney was like, you don't watch your own kids. And I said, oh. So Marcel let it kind of roll off. Then there was another thing again where Nell was like, no, Marcel is not going to watch that baby. So then Courtney says again, you don't watch your own kids. So now we get a nice little sound effect. Well, Marcel was in the Matrix. And he's like, why y'all keep talking about kids? So everybody is like, whoa. What's going on here? So Marcel is like, why, Tisha, who else did you tell? Melody is like, oh, you want to have a baby? And Tisha is like, no, I took a pregnancy test. Melody was like, what's wrong with that? Now, Melody, did you not know? Maybe she didn't know he had a vasectomy. So Marcel was like, I had a vasectomy. So then it comes into this back and forth where Tisha said that it's a shame that Marcel goes straight to cheating in regards to this situation. I'm going to say this. Tisha, you knew how your husband would react, right? You know your husband. I said the episode that Tisha took the damn pregnancy test, she shouldn't have took it on camera. It was unnecessary. You knew you weren't pregnant. That's the thing. Tisha, you knew you weren't pregnant. Okay? If there was an inkling that you thought you were pregnant, you didn't have to take it on camera. You took it on camera because you're using this as a storyline, as an argument, so y'all can deflect from whatever is really going on in that household. Or the two households that y'all are living in while y'all renovate this one house and you live in your rental property, and then you still got these hopes and dreams of your own Chateau Charade. Like, come on. So Kimmy said that it is reasonable for Marceau to think that way, and I mean, it is. If we're being real, it is. Do vasectomies fail? They do. Is it common? It is not. It's not common. It's not like 1 in every 3 vasectomies fail. Do they happen? They do. But, I mean, I think that Marceau, y'all say Marceau been cheating. So Marceau probably said, well, shit, maybe she can cheat back on me. But I don't feel like his reaction to, I would want you to get a blood test, I personally don't feel that that's unwarranted. But that's me. So Tisha then asks if Marceau trusts her. Marceau said that after today, some questions are raised. I said, I know you fucking lying, Marceau. Wow. After today, after finding out that your wife of, what did y'all say, 16, 17 years, took a pregnancy test because, Tisha has, 3 kids? So she took a pregnancy test because she felt the same way she felt when she had her, was pregnant with her kids. You now have questions about her. Okay. Melody said, you know what, don't even worry about it, baby. He trusts you as much as he trusts himself. So Melody said that, to Marceau, don't make a big deal about this because she didn't cheat on you, and there is a possibility that the vasectomy failed. Now leave her alone. Marceau then said that he does not trust Tisha over modern science. Melody then said that she trusted you over bad photos, and you very indirectly answering everything. And we got all the montages of all the times that Tisha has point blank asked Marceau, is he cheating on her? Who is this woman? What is everybody talking about? And he talks in circles and gaslights her for God. And she just sits there and looks stupid and takes it. So the ladies are hanging out in the jacuzzi. Melody came out to the pool and she had on some sunglasses for whatever reason, looking stupid because it's dark out. And Tisha's like, you look just like Martell. Martell wears sunglasses at night. It's like, Tisha. So Melody is like, I always wear sunglasses at the pool. So she then said that her biggest regret is having 4 kids for a dude that never made her come. The way I hollered at own bleeping out came, but letting orgasm fly. They're being now. So you never came. So you were never able to come. They're bleeping out that, but y'all are saying orgasm. Whatever child is watching this show is going to question their parents about orgasm overcome. I guarantee you that. But okay. So they were asking her, really, really, like, you never tried to teach him, or had like, yeah, teach him angles or tell him what your spot was, what to do differently. So Melody then said that sex was just never the forefront for them, not like it is for Maurice. Kimmy tries to play in everybody's face and said that people think that Maurice is just, fixated on sex, but he's really not. There's so much more to him than sex. We can't tell. We can't tell. You know why? Because Maurice's storyline for the past 2.5 seasons has been about how he wants more sex. So forgive us, Kimmy, for watching this show on Saturday nights for an hour, where 35 of those minutes that we see Maurice, he's asking you for more sex, or he's complaining about the lack thereof to his brother or to Martell. What are we supposed to think that Maurice thinks about? Please explain to me, Kimmy. What are we supposed to think that Maurice thinks about if it's not sex? Okay. So Kimmy then said that, she kind of felt unprotected by Maurice, and she feels that he puts Kiowa's protection over hers. So, Maurice has done interviews and said that, Kiowa will always be the mother of his son and blah, blah, blah. Kimmy feels that he has never said she will always be my wife. You know why, Kimmy? Because if you don't start putting out more like he expects you to, you might not be his wife forever. He's going to go and find some young woman that still has a very high sex drive, that is willing to lay low and spread it wide with nothing in return but living in a nice house and maybe being on TV. But Kimmy, nobody can treat you the way that you don't allow them to. So that's on you. So Melody is like, well, welcome to my world. I felt very unprotected in my marriage. So Tisha asked Melody if she ever told Martell how she felt. And she was like, of course I did. And then here comes Nell. Yeah, she did. Nell, you don't know. You ain't in that marriage. Just sit over there. Keep kicking your feet in the water. Okay? Just stay over there now. This ain't your conversation right now. So Tisha then said that she has never thought about not trusting her husband. Here's the thing. I get what Tisha's saying, right? Y'all stood up in front of a bunch of family members and God and in the state of Alabama, and y'all pledged to remain faithful to each other for better or worse, in sickness and health, for richer or poorer, right? We all know how that goes. But I think it is extremely naive to feel like there's no capability that your husband could cheat on you, right? My parents have been married 45 years. Do I think that within their 45 years that my mom or my dad have both felt there's absolutely no possible way that the other could ever cheat? They've never cheated on each other. I mean, to my knowledge, hell, I'm not in a marriage. But in the 39 years that I've been around them, they have not cheated on each other. You know what I mean? So I think it's it's childish for you to say that it's just completely impossible for your spouse to never cheat on you. You know what I mean? And I think that's where Tisha goes wrong. No, it's not saying that, keep your head on the swivel and, just keep accusing your spouse of everything and to be super, super suspicious. That's not what anybody is saying. But I feel like Tisha has had enough facts, okay? Tisha has had enough things placed in front of her and laid out on the platter that for her to constantly be like, Marcel would never do that, I think is a bit of ignorance within that, right? So Tisha now feels that she's questioning some things. She tells them that Marceau said that he would leave her if she were pregnant and he would demand a blood test. Tisha said that she does believe him when he said he would never leave, that he would leave her. And it's because you know your husband. You know your husband. So if she believe him, she believe him. So the guys are playing dominoes simultaneously, and Chris is telling Marceau, "Why don't you just go talk to her?" Marceau said that what if he came home and took an STD test? That and that would equate to where did you get it from? I said that, that's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I see what Marceau was trying to say, but it's not the same at all. There is still a possibility that your wife could get pregnant from your vasectomy failing. As low a percentage as it is still a possibility. You come home with an STD, that is probably going to mean that you cheated on her. Now, I know that someone's going to say no, because actually you could touch, if there is some wild, outlandish possibility, sure. But you can't compare the two scenarios, is my point. So Martel said in his confessional, women are so good because now Marceau would never know if she really cheated or not because she's not pregnant. And it's like, shut up, Martel. Martel's just itching to be able to scream out, Melody cheated too. That's what he's just waiting on his time, his moment in the sun, to screech that out like a little 5-year-old. And we see it happen next episode. So Maurice said, well, Tisha's been pregnant before, right? And she's listening to and trusting her body. And it would be different if she just randomly wasn't sick or anything and she took a pregnancy test. Marceau said that he knows, or he now knows. What did I write? Marceau said he now has to wonder if she loves him, if it was all a lie, he's going to lay in bed and go through all these things. And he would rather be willfully ignorant, right? He would rather just not know anything. He hates the fact that Tisha even told him that she was taking a pregnancy test, or that she took a pregnancy test. Again, all of this could have been avoided, Tisha. You brought this on yourself, sis. So we see Marceau go to the bedroom. Tisha's there. He rolls his eyes at her. She was like, don't come in here rolling your eyes at me. Sassy. So she doesn't think this is fair because she has never given Marceau a reason to not trust her. She says that, there's no reason for you to not trust me. I don't know why you're acting like this. Why don't you give me the benefit of the doubt? Marceau said that she is gaslighting him. And he then says that he does not have the emotional intelligence to think his vasectomy did not work. Imagine finding out that you married a man after all these years, okay? Imagine finding out that after all these years, you find out that your husband, the father of your current 3 children, has the emotional intelligence of a toddler. So you don't have the emotional intelligence. My dishwasher is draining. If y'all can hear that. I didn't think it was going to be this loud. Okay. So imagine finding out that your husband, after so many years, has the emotional intelligence of a toddler. How disappointing would that be? But I guess, hey, so she asks him, who do you think I am? What do you see in me that makes you think that you can accuse me of being a cheater? So Maurice is being nosy and standing outside their door, and it's like, I gotta get a stop to this. You need to worry about your own wife. That's what you need to be worrying about. You worried about everybody but Kimmy Grant Scott. Why? None of this concerns you. So Tisha says that her feelings are hurt. She's gonna go sleep in a different room. She goes outside. Maurice is trying to talk to her. Marceau comes out. Reese, I don't need this right now. Your brother's on your stupid ass side, Marceau. So just fall back a little bit. So Tisha says that she's hurt, that the first thing that came to Marceau's mind is that she cheated. Maurice said that, well, you know what, Tisha, you didn't think about the fact that he has a vasectomy. And she said no. So in Tisha's mind, she was taking the pregnancy test to X that out before going to the doctor. And again, Tisha, this shit just doesn't make sense. You took that test to get some attention. It blew up in your face, and now you found out who your husband is, even though we've all been telling you for all these years. I don't know what you want us to feel for you, sis. So later that night, we see Martell go to the door and he lets a woman in. Her face was blurred out. And he purposely speaks to Maurice for attention. He said that he knew Maurice was kind of sneaking around the house like a little kid. And Marcel said he had a guess because he's grown and he's single, and you're an asshole, and you're a narcissist, and you're childish, and you're doing everything you can to get under your ex-wife's skin, because the audacity of you to have on your wedding ring just a couple hours before at dinner, and now you're bringing another woman into that house. See, you thought that wedding ring or a wedding band would get Melody all riled up at the table, and she paid you dust, and everybody shut down that conversation. So the fact that now you're going to bring this lady in, you make sure to look up at the camera, you make sure to speak to Maurice, because you're hoping, well, this didn't get Melody, all riled up. I hope that this will. And it looks like you got your wish, because next episode she's yelling at you again. So the next morning, Martell goes to check on Marceau. And Marceau said Tisha didn't sleep in the room, so he don't know how everything's going. He said that Tisha is gaslighting him. He thinks that it is a possibility that Tisha cheated to kind of get her lick back. He's like, how many people have probably been in her DMs, been in her comments on social media, telling her that, you deserve better. I would never do this to you. Maybe she's getting her lick back. Who knows? So Marceau says that vasectomies are 99% effective, but he then said that 99% of wives aren't faithful? What? Whatever. I don't even care. So Martell then asks Marceau if he is going to apologize so that the trip can remain cool, because it's been smooth sailing so far. And Marceau said, you might be out your damn mind. Not apologizing for shit. Marceau really thinks that 99% of wives are not faithful. But y'all, please tell me I heard that wrong. Please tell me I heard that wrong. That is the stupidest shit I have ever heard. 99%. Meanwhile, Tisha is talking to Kimmy, tells Kimmy she slept in another room. Kimmy tells her that men don't get over cheating as quickly as women do. Tisha said, I don't get over cheating either. So Kimmy thinks that Tisha should at least acknowledge that her taking the pregnancy test would set something off. And I guess, I don't know, I am struggling to figure out what Tisha thought she was going to accomplish by not telling him, or by telling him about the pregnancy test. Like, seriously, y'all, what did Tisha think she was going to accomplish? What was the end goal with that? Hey, husband, I know we've been married for X amount of years. I know that you had a vasectomy X amount of years ago. I took a pregnancy test, but I'm not pregnant. What was the point of you taking the test? Marceau was very cringe, the way he was talking about how good Tisha's looking. I see Tisha looking good, got her body done. She got this new body, and she dressing different. She outside the house. It's giving Marceau, watch your friend, because it's almost like Martell is lusting over Tisha. It was cringe. It was inappropriate. That was wild to watch. This is the second time that Martell has all but lusted after his friend's wife. Or co-worker's wife, whatever y'all want to call these people. Final scene is Fletcher and Nell. They're setting up for some group activity, because we're not there just to have fun. No, we have to have the couple that don't have their own household and their kids in line. We got to let them teach us how to be adults and how to cohabitate and how to coexist with one another. I don't think Fletcher and Nell would be good mentors at all. Hell, y'all be disagreeing every episode we watch y'all on. But okay. So Nell tells Fletcher that Kiki called and wants to come so she can apologize. Look, I don't know how far the flight is from Huntsville to Houston, but Kiki's ass was there. Okay? Production called Kiki and said, you know you're supposed to be in Houston right now. Pack it up, get that ass on the flight. Kiki is there to sow seeds of discord and chaos. Right? So Fletcher said, why couldn't Kiki wait till we got back home? I'm with him. Why do you need to come out here to apologize? Why? Fletcher then thinks that Kiki is going to shut down the whole trip and said that Nell should tell her to go home. He thinks it's going to make them look bad because they're still kind of new to the group. Nell said that they are mentors to everybody, and, you know, we're trying to be fair. Fletcher tells her, well, figure it out then. You figure it out. She said, well, fuck it, I will then. So then Fletcher then tells Nell that Martell had someone in the house. Nell said that that's disrespectful and he should have took his date somewhere else. Fletcher says why? Nell said, well, because Melody's staying here. And two, like, she's not part of the group to even be here. Fletcher doesn't think it's the issue. This is why it's disrespectful. Aside from the whole Melody aspect of it, you were invited on a trip to stay in somebody else's house, right? Martell, you didn't pay for that. You didn't put any money in for that. You're not hosting. So the fact that you are invited onto a trip and then you sneak a woman in 2:00 in the morning shows you knew what you were doing was wrong. Because if Martell didn't think that what he was doing was disrespectful and there was nothing wrong with it, he would not be sneaking this lady in the house in the middle of the night. The fact that Fletcher does not think that this is inappropriate or disrespectful shows what type of nigga he is. But this is also the man that has been cheating on Nell too. Not currently, but he has in the past. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful without the Melody aspect. Just the fact that you are sneaking somebody into this house at 2:30 in the morning. You add in the factor that your ex-wife, who you're going through a custody battle with after a very bitter divorce, that you're bringing that into her space, it is disrespectful. Whether you like Melody or not, it is disrespectful. Y'all have to admit that. This is a shit show. When is this season over? Why is this episode 2975? Why? Nonetheless, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, hop in the comment section, share with a friend or two, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.